So I don't make a habit of filming myself in the toilet, but this is insane. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's bombs going off in the background. So I've just arrived here in East Cowes on the Isle of Wight. I've got a few things I want to do when I'm here. I want to get over to Ventnor because I've heard there's some really good restaurants and food going on over there. Then there's a story I've heard about a girl called Lucy Lightfoot who disappeared in an eclipse near a church in the centre of the island. So I'm going to go and check out that, and I'm also going to have a little look and see what the buses are like down here because I've heard they're quite good to sort of get around. So let's go and have a look. Ventnor here on the Isle of Wight today. I'm just going to take a walk along the beach and then head up into town and then see what we've got up there. Ventnor really got famous with the Victorians. They had it really as a health spa to start with, and people with particularly lung disorders would come down here and the sea air would supposedly help them get better. So there was a bit of a decline in the town in the sort of after the 70s onwards, and it really declined quite a bit in sort of the 90s. But now it's really coming back. There's a lot of stuff going on in town and there's a lot of development going on and it's starting to look really nice. So I've been told that down on Ventnor seafront, there's an absolutely stunning toilet. Bit unusual, I know. We're just going to go along the front and go and check it out. So it's the middle of October at the moment, and obviously there's not a huge amount of people on the beach, but there is people in there swimming today. Another thing, on Boxing Day every year they have a mass swim, so everyone will come down and they will go for a swim and have a great time. So I am just in a Lady Scarlett's tea parlour, and I found probably the most interesting toilet in the UK. Let's go and have a look.
I like basic fields.
So I didn't just go to Lady Scarlett's to use their toilet. I actually went in there to get a crab pasty. So I've got that here. Let's have a look. Let's check it out and see how it is. That is absolutely delicious. I don't think I've ever had a crab pasty before, but that is great. Yeah, get yourself down to Lady Scarlett's tea room down on Ventnor front. Get yourself a crab pasty. Absolutely stunning. So from what I've seen, there's so many restaurants here in Ventnor. There's got to be more than anywhere else on the island in one sort of location. If you like your food, then get over here. There's so much to choose from. So Ventnor's got a really bohemian sort of new age, artsy sort of vibe. Some really interesting shops and some really interesting people. In fact, I just met a chimney sweep. Check him out.
Very good day. My name's Will Nixon. I'm the only chimney sweep based in South Wight. I'm the only sweep in Hampshire and the Isle of Wight who dresses in entirely Edwardian costume using traditional rod and brush methods.
So one other thing while I remember, I'm travelling around today on the bus on the Isle of Wight. It's a really, really good service. It's about 11 quid and you can get a day pass that you can go anywhere for as long as you want and as much time as you want. And you can use it for 24 hours. And I think it's about 3 quid for a single. So really quite reasonable. I'll put some more details sort of underneath and give you some more sort of prices. But yeah, really, really good service. Every half an hour, you can get anywhere. So there is a story of a lady called Lucy Lightfoot. She was a young lady who had long blonde flowing locks and would come and visit a monument of a soldier that's inside the church. She got obsessed with this guy. He was a crusade soldier and she came and visited him rather regularly. Anyway, one day in 1830s she came and visited and there was an eclipse. She went into the church to visit him and she never came out again. She just disappeared into thin air. And here's the strange part. There's some writings that suggest that this long-haired blonde girl appeared in the 1400s. A story related to the soldier that's in here. So make of it what you will. It's quite an interesting story. It's a lovely little church out here, lovely little grounds. Unfortunately, it's not open today, so we can't go inside and have a look. But I'm sure you all agree, it's quite a pretty little church. So that's me done on the Isle of Wight for now. There's absolutely tons of stuff to do down there. Like, you couldn't fit it all in a couple of days. The food is really good in Ventnor, particularly good. There's loads of good restaurants. Just an interesting fact before I go, just behind me, you'll see that there's a massive Union Jack. And as far as I'm aware, it's the biggest Union Jack in the world. Anyway, make sure that you like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time, and I'll be back in Wales.